put. And I was reminding myself of recent conversations when people would say to me, "You have held up. You have done well in this onslaught." And I realized that what has held me up is the assurance of competence. Simply, no decision that I have made in my role as Chief Justice or in my capacity as President of a panel of the Supreme Court has come from anything but a knowledge of law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. And the only answer one can give to all the hand-waving is the legal answer, unless we want something else. But I am quite sure that Ghana as a society is not looking for Chief Justices that bend and give them something other than law. And therefore, here I am.
Mr. Speaker, not to challenge your earlier comment, except that once these views are not determined, then it will create a problem for us when we put the question. Because if people say I, what are we saying I to? Is it the perpetuity or the 2026? But that's aside. Mr. Speaker, on a preliminary legal matter, before I make my full argument, this is a revenue bill. And a revenue bill cannot be by private members' movement. It cannot be by private members' motion. The government is the only one allowed to bring a revenue bill to this House. And what it means is that if the government comes and states its position that it wants it extended to 2028, it ought not to lie in the mouth of any private member to seek to amend the position of the government. More so when the argument being made is not backed by the decision of cabinet. In fact, I dare say even the minister on his own, without the approval of cabinet, will not be well grounded here in this House to seek to amend what the government position is. And so we have to be very careful on this attempt to amend what the government position is. But Mr. Speaker, specifically, this special import levy is one of the levies and duties that adds up to the high cost of importation. On the 4th of April 2024, when candidate John Dramani Mahama spoke about the long list of taxes at the port, the expression he used was that he was shocked that there are so many taxes at the ports, and that the 1st of December 2025, that levy dies. What the finance minister, what the chairman of the finance committee, what the government is saying to us is that on their own, they are electing to impose this tax 2026, 2027, 2028. And in addition, here on this floor, there was an attempt to even extend it into perpetuity. That is a matter to be decided. Mr. Speaker, this special import levy, it increases the cost of imports. We've complained a lot about import duties at our ports. In fact, when we were campaigning, we said that we'll peg it to Togo, make it CD-based. We didn't win. They won, that they will remove it. And now they want to introduce this tax, not just 2026, 2027, 2028, actually into perpetuity. Mr. Speaker, it will lead to a high cost of imports generally. It will lead to a high cost of spare parts in particular. And Mr. Speaker, when spare parts prices go up because of the import duty on spare parts, cost of transport will go up. But your policy promises that you want to reduce these taxes at the port. So why are you imposing this tax and seeking to do it into perpetuity? Mr. Speaker, if you look at Schedule 2 of this act, which is now being amended into perpetuity, it affects machinery and equipment. It affects fertilizers listed under Chapter 31 of the Harmonized System and Customs Tariff. Mr. Speaker, it affects all other goods except petroleum products listed under headings 27.09. It also affects raw materials, Mr. Speaker. And so we think that, first of all, not only can we support the government in seeking to impose this tax from 2026 into perpetuity on imported items, but we think that even the attempt to amend the initial government proposition should be arrested so that we do not impose further hardships on the importers that you promised that you remove these taxes from. Mr. Speaker, I think the government side should really reconsider this and withdraw this particular effort or change their minds on supporting this.
There is therefore the urgent need for the Ghanaian judiciary to work to win the trust and confidence of the citizenry and erase the widely held perception of hostility and political bias in legal proceedings at the highest courts of the land. Unfortunately, we have no hope that the current leadership of our judiciary can lead such a process of change. We can only hope that a new Chief Justice will lead a process to repair the broken image that our judiciary has acquired over the last few years.
Staff rationalization ongoing at the ministry. But if you are a minister and you take over a ministry that has 3,117 staff in the ministry and its agencies, and you realize that almost 600 of them were recruited after December 7th. Basically, you cannot expect me to come and inherit such mess and continue with it. And so the rationalization is ongoing. Today, I have authorized the termination of a few more at Ghana Post, almost 100, that were done post-December 7th. And we'll continue this rationalization. I will clean up the ministry, make sure it is lean and efficient, and carries out.
And I've heard the president of the country you are studying in slashing aid. You see, one of the questions we have now, he hasn't asked himself. How much leaves our continent to his country? He hasn't asked himself that. They think it's just charity. It is not. At the right time, we'll also take action. And it will not be funny.
New clearing agent. It's in there. One also was clear. One of his biggest consignments of all time. Yeah, the maker and say, President John Dramani Mahama, and you bring what the Abase, Sami Jemfi, dollars na, what channel, what the command, Agradano, Bolivia anyhow. Na indiscretion, and Sami Jemfi Nampa Abepacho, it is Jadi, it won't question the actually. It is said here, who Ghana City Star, enough was $5 now, who could do more, what me that could dija, who could year, what me that could spray honor, will be unquestioned and Ghana cities, no $5. Dollars, the wood will be an F palm. A bed they say who could dija, when you are cook Saturday, Missy me pen, and I'm your friend super cool. When you are cook, when I was me super cool. Now was it super cool, they say, was it be 80 cedis and 100 cedis, 120, one man $100. Now was a son and yaji. I mean, that's the latest in town. They say you never $1. We begin the salary now, no, that was $100. Now, also to me, and be a day. I was for baby, you know, the latest clearing agent in town were clear the biggest consignment, the first major consignment, successfully. Wayadi, profit, so abaso. Eti ene eba bedi enko fam god na Asare-Bediako program din the Ghana nti na same je fi asem ne yebeka still John Dramani Mahama first 120 days no so yebeka adubu ahe ensensem a eba de enra wo court yesi ni bill no time na so nti eja no nko fie osi abontia na mo se yasan ache no yesi fresh charges assign aba into no the air cost no say intimidation tactics no more use you say a year the air cost no na enkomo bebre e wudwem enkomo bebre e wokrum MPP for penifo e koso agigi proposals anas bibisa from party for penifo say e braso say party no constitution no e sakra kakra bem according to Professor Michael Quick committee report by say en sakra kakra say ba party constitution no e say bi bem automatic committee ya ati so work with your command secretary and bibisa and Davis chairman of the committee Lawyer Davis enti wa we MPP ni a wo gidi say baby a constitution na dia bedru no ese sakra be mu no tro kakra na fa koma committee no mo so ehwem ebia obetimi untimi pontra se bi mpedwesa adwen utim enti mususu obetira ka che ubi se bacho ade a megidi se constitution we mu no ha many enti yen sakra kakra no ka che ba ko no atwa mam fefefe na koma committee no mo so ahwem se so gina mu a na omodia ye adwuma so far no interesting proposals be ebi mu kwa chesenka abatwa na yeto ya from constituency police station e basa na ba bedu national executive via na ba beto flag bearer no ebi mu chesenka yen start from flag bearer because ebi mu chesesika twa no doso dodo enti sise no obi e ba be police station e yi executive a ne so me say oba be ye delegate because that chibi no obeto ama general secretary national chairman wasaba beto ama flag bearer ubenyeska kakra e wo hono mo e dipelofo bi chese ke starting free soro ye to soro de ni wi pedia e ba I don't really know how that one works but omo nchechemu kama and some of them are saying say it is even consistent with the MPP constitution no it be di ehun komo e bi so chese ye miade num e ma enipa bebre meka ho se be ya secretary basa na ewomu no we de obi ntimi nka che se secretary enim secretary ewu.
It's a movement
of the glaring inconsistencies between the lofty promises made by the NDC government and the harsh reality that they presented to Ghanaians. In effect, Mr. Speaker, the big push couldn't push. Yes, the big push couldn't push. The big push could not push. Mr. Speaker, the NDC government campaigned heavily on the cost of living, promising to abolish and also rationalize some 14 taxes outlined in their manifesto to ease the burden on Ghanaians. However, when it came to actual implementation, they only abolished, in effect, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's all they abolished, falling far short of their grand promises. Mr. Speaker, the 2025 budget statement has failed to deliver on the government's promise to ease the cost of doing business, particularly at the ports. Despite the government's assurances and commitment to rationalize the port taxes, fees, and charges, the budget is completely devoid on this issue. No major downward adjustments to port fees or import fees have been announced, leaving the business community deeply disappointed. Mr. Speaker, when the Finance Minister presented the 2025 budget, we expected bold, clear policies to fulfill the government's promises. Instead, we heard vague references to adjustments, a term that in reality signals even higher costs for Ghanaian businesses and consumers. So, Mr. Speaker, instead of providing relief, the government has extended the special import levy from 2024 to 2028. This conflicting approach by the government of extending, on the one hand, an import levy from 2025 to 2028, while promising tax rationalization or reduction, raises concerns about the government's commitment to reducing the cost of doing business. The business community deserves clarity, consistency, and policies that truly support economic expansion. Mr. Speaker, the reality is that electricity prices are set to rise. Specifically, paragraph 254 of the budget statement reveals that there will be an increase in electricity tariffs in the fourth quarter of 2025 and every quarter thereafter. Mr. Speaker, energy prices will go up as the government has removed subsidies of gas prices, thereby increasing the weighted average cost of gas from $7.8 to $8.45. Mr. Speaker, it is the ordinary Ghanaian citizens who is going to bear the effect of these increases. Mr. Speaker, the other thing is under the government's decision to increase the growth and sustainability levy from 1% to 3% for mining companies and extending its sunset clause from 2025 to 2028 presents a significant challenge for businesses, particularly in the mining sector. For businesses, this tax hike means increased operational costs, reduction in investment.
But what is it? Somebody be bad ya. Now who's we am so make I say the year 2000. Sena when you kakra. Yes, it say a brobi if you baba theatre so my Ghana mu and a brobi bow. It's a car boat break a cry now you might say a wonderful so a baba she say the year 2000 ni millennium e beba. You go see saying. She and Kwankusi. Na if you ask also ya wo na se obi adowa na die ebre bese ya na wu adofo ankasa well ebi anti yase ebe ki wase be sakasaka dodo enti no ya bia na mani esese but do say na Nyankopon na beyi adofo ene watamfo enso edi am wo hu wo mu bachola ka bia to bi ka do na afiada ena national security for esuma omonkofo so monkokuma se nkofa chema wuntumi mra nkran adanya omo se ya invite no CID na CID for kwa invite wa se CID for na be wakochewo enti den na national security for beb minima de kro de ekosi ho de nyina ya TB omo di drone national security for na kwa fly drone over cheba wuntumi fie se nkotwa pictures so se videos so se die nyumi de ekoye nyame ncha de ala nyame on pebone drone no konya accident e cheba wuntumi fie ehwe fom we nye se bosem ka video hold ma omo dan na mo so mo wokoro omo sa patch o sese bi omo edru na tia hwefie ho enti chema wuntumi enfa ma wo mo ya video no wo hold mo ya chema wuntumi ma na nkofo ko fa drone no ese monye ma de na mo fa nko me ehu hia me ya should tell you people something about who the man chema wuntumi is ene ensema mbese mo ni die no ya nka se obi eye boni ana Ghana obi su chembra obi eni ho so chembra Ghana but would obi e dilini the person ye said ba konsu ye nipa si adi pedifo atrokra ata breche ma wuntumi se omra wukuada omra department BSF no anti-armed robbery department anti-armed robbery department which is investigating a case of illegal mining. Hey! Anti-armed robbery department. And we investigating a case of illegal mining. And the mu yebi. And I tell my so the home follow. It was the crata base or Baba Jamia Majwada. Matiasi. Then Sadi Kusi. And then what me aba. Maybe koholo me call my kohalo pasa kohol mevia. Me bob police for abaso me call police headquarters. Yes, I do headquarters so holom. Mebo police for who nyina baso mpanifo a omo hwe ka asem ni nyina minim obi obetima ka ache me se wo hu se obi tete obi wo ho me hu obi obetaka se ye obi se prindo me de me hu bibia sa wo ho no nyame ncha de me no ka sei chema wuntumi yamani bill more than 2 hours ago yakuteli no masem ama wo mebe man the bill no yamani bill nipa nwinu ama ni bill etike no ano no bakwe asem be ya asem ne se yesi wo ye na wo ye galamsi akonta man na no ye galamsey ye no nti ene ya frɛ de sɛ omra na obi ye galamsey a ye kwachi Rambo Stalin ya watifie wonka se wo dwane MPP lusu power chema wuntumi atu kwan wakɔ waba obedwane sɛ ko dwane na wo dwane akɔhen aha na ne bibia wo chema wuntumi wo dwane no akɔhen fa na awia no mesahu video bi Captain Smart Captain bema beyebi wa meri nyina bema beyebi wa meri nyina I think say why you be a eye say utimi ye video Captain Smart wa utimi ye video eka say ene de besie bia no eso mo de chema untumi atum na chese wo personal hatred against chema untumi edi ene ya wote say chema untumi ya ma de be won kofie no. How did you feel? How do you feel now? Use the key. How do you feel? And how do you yes, have video no. Now we say chema wuntumi ene obedem. Yes, woni age. Me enya me nwanwa. Adongo bo voice bi. Ye ne no kumase no. Na ye tie radio pa na branti bi oholomo. Ye penasem papa till now. The cast with the voice so they say yes. With the majuma no with the broadcasting. If you loving see. Loving see crop on you ya bought the voice. Eche say e bra na woni Captain Smart. Eya adwuma of Fox FM Kumasi. Obi a tibi pon a woni ukoni fie ne papa fie ko didi. Opon ba na de papa be see radio so be didi that tebe twanto no so. Wo yes ha ma loving see na no muto nya na meka. Wo so obo wo Fox FM. Captain Smart. It is make catch they say bema be yebi wa me ni nyina. Why you be ye? Why you be a ye? Na power be ya President Mahama way just 4 years old. Nyame ma ye nkwatentin na Dr. Bamia be president 2028 na tables ne 10 a obeka sen wo power ene echina chi kai hunu say power bie ni honu ma expire power be free wonsa wa be civilian power ne be free wonsa oboko opposition power ne be free wonsa ebi kwa post de be ma no aban no hwe there are so many people in opposition but they are in opposition in government. So many people omo party wa ban mu so mu ni post it said mu opposition omo kan ko ba bia chema untumi beba wo bia yakopon hira wo nyame nsa wo mu ampa nti no hwana mu tuo yi enkofo twa ba be obubusa say na koko board nsem no eno mbusa ne ho asem ana eno se da bi koko board asem ya musame na ndu kura wo musu ne say chema wontumi as a contractor ayedwa ma koko board ho se say ne say o register certificate within 28 days e say tuadeka wa register certificate e did 3 years asade ye tuadeka about 200 companies are abani tu omuka December no mu ebesi January no ba no koko board fo tu omuka no omo wo hin ya fa contractors nyina di ma tu abonte yen ne mu say why single out chema wuntumi asim so ko wi obisika asim so wa fase kan ene etuo ne agyan akokoko board fo akobuda ne say mu amisika na memfa nko we nyina ekoso time no doso and then people from pedifo a mutimi baaye ebe hwe bibia ema bibia ko boko ni nyina no edamu nyina ase no wonder say chairman wuntumi no Bernard etubo esi akoni di ne di wuntumi woni ma de konti obeyi nti de fe wuntumi no enti nyame ensa wo mu ene ebedi kobo bebre issues no dawson enti no na AG attorney general a press conference I edubu ahene ene wa fasika sei ene wa yesei ene mo court a order attorney general say krachi fansem no ebrante temle yen hwede yen kan bi kwadu bi ade abo papa bia fa ho ne man nyina bra se be ya e fa bi disclosures fa disclosures nyina akoma no fa ma no so fa the response mra ye beta court a ne aka asem no was so man up to I think June 2nd or so say let us by June 2nd e so the disclosures nyina ba was some jina so di tia papa na kwada dada now he's fishing petroleum eno ebedi ehon kobo na ena secretary BC Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund na ura Solomon Asamoah ene da no ena Professor Amia Kunfi eye board chairman I say sky train bi ehon asem by $2 million bi na this for the one mutibi ekase $200 million eyira enye hwe but ba ko di $2 million echi $200 million ayira enfa bo ho but $2 million de mu bedi akiri eti pedifo mienu Amia Kunfi on prof ene Solomon Asamoah me no ka say omo court de ya ne say yem say former CEO no Solomon Asamoah no yaman the bill bond so tia I think 15 million Ghana cedis or so and some sureties to BB but when Timmy satisfy bill bond Timmy no ka say understood them ya pa say former CEO yaman bill conditions now when Timmy satisfy bill conditions no na what does with them ya rehosem pa but it tells a lot. Former CEO bill conditions saying won't mean satisfy. Yeah, what that's with them. Professor Amia Kunfi no so the about 10 million. And ne anopa bi say Robo Japan local hall ma chedi who say Robo Japan so the kwama prof zu bill. Yeah that's it. Professor Kunfi there 10 million. Mr. Asamoah there 50 million. Must be there 5 million no. Me OS million Ghana cedis bill and the 2 metre so nyamen chade and central for me no ebegye me if I know me miensa krampu ebroso edru ba bia say for munko fie na yekohwe bu fie ba ko na ba ko ni ho koka was available why koka say the business ade yenko bi fie eti mesre papa Asamoah na busuafo na dofo bia mo wo bia no mon kohwe da the bill conditions no more satisfied no mrefi na won tell fi no court hadwe ya emu ya 15 million Ghana cedis emu ya me se me de na 5 million eso central for mienu ejina mu maame ampo anya news eti no mesre ene ebedi nkobo enko no dosu ba meja kakra bia makoka na ne nua ba miensa ene ba bekan ba mienu wa se no mo Linda ame ba se me bo mu din asa me mo makwaba ai enti Linda Boaje e wa se no mo na Florence Boatma enso Linda let say ohun ye de jamiase na Florence also what to say wo constituency be ama sama constituency ama sama say dey discuss ama sama dey nwumre no ahwe dey sele moa wo se kwan wakakra e kwan no you sign faka akra kokru inside ankasa sa Oduman Oshuman hono so ho ablekuma Oduma say awo fa wo ko twa nsuo bi na wo ho no okay it wo de be hwe ho asemaka going forward na bia ma wo ma anwumre se be ya ye be pon 9 afena wo be kokro you know media na I really think about that we know what we face out there you know enti e wo ho koka enso e wa se no koka e de na ko sir I see
Okay, the 3 Psalms.
3 Psalms.
Oh, your 3 Psalms or Abemo.
Okay, Psalms.
Sam Okujeto.
Okay.
Sam Jenfi. And Sam George.
Oh.
Sam Crawford Menzana, Ombe Boama John Mama Bina Bafom. No.
Ombe Boama John Mama Bina Bafom.
Ah, now, Waga dream, Mamma Okujeto person. So, on say, or say IT no maybe IT no maybe. But on Kanokren. One say embassy, any consulate, a Jumano, are 2 different things together. There is a ploy to try and register all Ghanaians through the system, through NIA. Now, if you do about 4 times, they are in the system. Until when Omoba to me, they won't be to me at Tuaba. And in Crawford see of Pamomo, where we could do Crawford, Jumada. There are people who are working already because say Okasa Sanko for no mumre fini a recruitment, which means he is going to cause financial loss to the state. But when the name Guasiana Abba, our airline, private jet, presidential jet, who send some more kikan, maybe a chum a year, who to say or dogana chain will be ano. Ah, Mera so resign your person, Janino.
I saw resign.
Oh, I saw resigning. I saw resigning. Oh yeah, fake. Uyi in Crawford Miensa. Now you sound contempo life in free wa. The 3 Psalms. Sam Jenfi, Sam Okujeto, and Sam George. But Sam George can say no go on the wobby.
Saka no.
Share.
I go for be
Mahama Dubik.
Dubik Mahama.
Yeah.
Former ECG boss. Honestly will be.
Ati sembi e wo krom say oh yeah birthday na birthday you no go fit dey there my guy. You get money.
And then
cash.
That be anu dia me I won't allow. The sika no wanya no dey the party and say nya wasem.
You see behwe tie rubber.
Na na ye dem tie.
Sir,
we be party bia.
Ya no kra de car no. Tese nkofo wo car na nya onu kwa na ye no aye.
Why am say we be party bi ho so abobo ya nkwa na wo ho. Enye hwe. Mr. To also the ababo.
First that you so can say na be almost so your test case I say the atu Sam George na be to o ma.
Oh sir.
Enti Lexus no sa brand no. Just say na ye nkofo muso ade. Enti na ebinum wo aban ma no mu di atem na ya ho ya. Sam George nkofo na odi o matem ko hwe. Obi odi na atem in lifestyle nya obobi. Say one say clock na born nza.
Clock.
Watch na no criticizing no.
Clock na bo.
No ma nkofo di o matem ka o masem ni nyina. It was envy of their lifestyle.
They say clock there okala na wo that record.
Obi no
Bobo kala.
Say 2 bodyguards ye bie car na. As afa no mo be fix door no. In same wo ho. Ena bra na oti abrochi a o operate wo na yiri your friends kitchen. Girl na o protecting no. Efia Asansa na said
Sansa.
No
more massive media me say ni mu. I think say a private issue.
Enye private issue.
Sir.
Yes say ansana. Therefore kokonsa a operate on the basement benya wono. Na sister Edwin for akoma no. On a detector e wo krom ha. Into ono unya no. Oh na so odi one of your loyal girls ni bi.
Sir.
Ajua anima. And I join money the face you off no Johnny. Oh,
Sansa no.
And I branch the picture no crana or so I call medical school. Sana picture no be family be picture or social media and why edited your machine home. Also, no support in a big room.
Me minimum no.
Attachment room tea. Baby, I didn't know share no to so or cover and hey, nurse be fake, doctor be fake. Me no kase impenifobi. Our Jubilee House, bomb Monsan Tentemi and you because I'm Guasian a yard. Even so, take care and cry. I attend to go to on it.
Sansa no.
Feel a echo.
Okay.
And now, or damn me.
Go for dummy.
Oh,
it's where the fourth a fella.
Oh, or damn me.
Go for dummy. Dummy. Dummy.
Or dummy, I'm sorry. I am sorry.
There been delayed the dummy. Go for the dummy. Oh, Kahun. Yeah, go for you or dummy, but D. Go for dummy.
Dummy. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I have.
Why I ending?
Brebi wabo ewo court. Moko ye case. And or strip you naked. Or drill you or my own say yes. Oh, Muna me betu, but ye can say me practice now. You a small boy. Ne from through be a wakocha. Ah, no, maybe a course or restaurant be so. No, uncle, and yano correct. Ena, nkofo kasa no be try. Oh, na daminya botre e address issues no, elebo no. Oh, have you ever see a bryce here? Or who say cry baby? Meanwhile, you are the one crying.
Ah, ayi. Papa no call
sorry.
Restaurant na video no mu no.
You when on them pages responded. But enra the MPP for show love. And the militant social media militants releasing almost started so more responding. Oh, then sorry immediately sorry from the sorry part. Oh, so enra na nsema e course no ntunia.
Send ye. But you know, I to say a black one, you know, resignation am I.
Oh, to me, Papa.
Want to be resign.
Obia, this is an Etofie man, and this is Stanley Obia, this is Tanya Jumada. Obia, or see, I saw your photocopy, and I say, Don Mahama. Document Bia who come who are buying say a photocopy. There is a photocopy company. I say, Adima, who could get to a black one.
Ah, you know, no cray.
Or say photocopy, no, Now, yeah, as Zafi, who could get to one, Obia to me call. Washing Bay 2 million, 200 million to me on the cam. Obio Casanity was almost run.
All right, Abusa for the coca and
nothing smart. Not of course, when you want to me.
Yeah.
And you know, so I resign. Hey, and your papa when I asked this in so to a cocoa to more in so family.
Media, you see, journalism squad me call you know. Me a student of communication. Baby, I catch say you as a journalist, you should never seek to be the news. Unfortunately, they say as a job fire bagana no, we are always seeking to be the news. The moment you as a journalist you seek to be the news, then you lose that of you say we a journalist be. I don't get it. To the extent they say Ensuato STC na captain smart akwojo say Ensuo fa no. Ye hwe ya wobunko to dwewum. Obuko to wo nsuo num na STC bar style no e de dana sunchem na me kopo me wan STC bar style mimpo. Hey, why do you do that? Yeah, I'm not surprised say ayi bo no e fe dey say loving see
okay say
afeba me mayu na mana kwaba
every okoto bo o ma ono anu nipa
multimedia ho dey bi me TV bi sa
obi atubo abone kam nansi o si wa collapse o say I am done, I am going, but you can't go.
All right, Koka, Tikoka, Koka, and I'm Motene. Abigail, about originally. Capacity. I want to chairman Koka. Okay, chairman, I want the chairman. I really the chairman. And Abigail Judicial, at the saying. Na wo so te hefa o de okay madina de wetin maba with up all right eti komodo me starting free hwan ho me ko amenko flourish wo na wa masama
wo na wo pa wa you dey here tell nobody
so na get to Accra we get to Accra eti amenko flourish on but and then company here no still to Fred say from Hammer 1 to 2 days the access here chief justice to us about the car at what 24 hours from the camera galaxy and of course we go to and then a walk the head of
yo me nua very ma gudon me chia wa nwumre na me kwase so ene watiefuo nyina me chia masamanfo nyina me chia MPP loyal ladies fo nyina and some of the said they all can a big opa Jomama one say 120 days
yeah
and some more Jomama na fo gi twi ekoto abama no no meme momudie ye mani kosu ehu no mi hu ade bia jomama eye de ama Ghana ene NDC po jomama ne NDC fo yo mo ye de ama Ghana fo ena mi hu bibi papa bia so a o ma starting po ya obeka se o ensem o mo kan ye de o mo ye de e kire so mbetimi aye bibi ye ti kromu ha ena jomama kro ya ne NDC e de ye ko dum so mu ena nyame adom MPP bae no 8 good years ye dankane emu a yanhu esumba kumpo se jomama bae no ono na se obeye Ghana yie sesei no sesei me bayi kura na yadu me light baby a obefa bia no kanea e cut off sa de echi presso me TV asai me no ka sei e wo repeller ho a yesiesie kura ye nyanye nwieye ye free light se mu free ho a ye hwe ne data jomama se wa ba yi betting tax me ti we mi ntwa beti enka tax se mbia me ni tax se mbia ni yi nchirechire mu bia wo so wa yi betting tax wa yi e-levy sa niama na obeyi free ho no wo di nyansa kwan so e di akwakwo hye babia eye data wonim se hia ne ke Ghana ni babia use 100 phone nti obeto data enti na me say wo to data o say bo to kranja me say data wo phone so a prede na free so na who pan ya obefa so a data no enti me yira every wo phone so enti your mama the 120 days eka ena wasesa pese 4 months pe no eka o ma bu e dey go Ghana so ni ni fan pro be pass o be million and this is what aka enti dey me dey maka say me ni on Ghana mabu se si ano ni e fa to o Ghana o mu nyina de o mani ehu o mu ana o mu suso jeje amamuo no na omo nte ase se ye ka se ye nye de ye break 8 na niama pa na na dodanko akufo ado ene Dr. Mamu Baumia aye no omo ntimi nto aso no na omo a mo ye nkwala wo mu no youth no sebe na omo nte ase na omo nim de ye hu pen enti ane ye ko age ye man ne yesi ho ene oman ne ko hye NDC nsam no ye hu kwan a NDC fo de oman ne faso and now what to fear ne ya sorry ne ya bawo so say ya sha de we ye kura we a wo aban mu na atoye ya sha ka wo dem a wo aban mu na atoye efie we kura ba sa ya aban sika ne ya to ahye wo so na no ya hwe ya bra ya owo adenta na adenta kumi yeah de ya me ya wo mu kura ya ne yira onyem na oba penfo ayam hihie ye body kru so attack adai Ghana no eye NDC for dia na mintimi hu se eye NDC ni jo mama ni na busuafo e Ghana omonka na ye ya ye wo mu MPP for no ye ntu nkope ba bi ntina because say no aye hu no ba pemfo atimi dia yem hihie apon eye dia ya because ni kunu akoka de ye nka and someone NDC for bi no matena social media aka see the no mo de ye ebi ne ya de ye wo mo a enka o mutimi tina o man no for 8 good years
na kubi kro se wa anka hwe wose wa ko bu adi e wa cho petition ama president say mo hwehwem yo na wa cho si mo hwehwem a yakoche no ya me hu bi da age NDC ni ayi jomama mamu ope me hu bi da because ade a ekoso sesi a wo Ghana no me hu ana me yam hihye me mabunu no so eya me dese o mahu sa niama wei na ye tiamu o monkwato aba no mo free say bia enkrofo bia didi ame na o mu ye dede keke but enna ne akwaso yi hwe nurses a ye pam wo mo wo wontimi nya adwuma ma wo bi o wo se wo be ma mabunu adwuma ya ma o mo adwuma ni bia wo di amerika wa be pam o mo akotena fi what's 24-hour economy? Nanado danko ekufu ado ba. Okas free SHS. Na ni campaign message pa no. Oba yeso ye nyina di adanse say 2017 and papa started say adwuma yi. Ema Ghana fo nyina hu say
asɛm na papa ne kae no ɔde ayɛ adwuma saa 24-hour economy ne da bɛn na John Mahama me de ne din na ntimi nkama no da bɛn na Mahama ɔbɛ start ana wa start na minim nti committee ni yɛ ho adwuma
29 member presidential task force
yo enti no John Mahama ene ne NDC de me de me hu bibi papa bi a omo 120 days no me hu ade bi a omaye apart from say to fear ne ya bebo attack eno pe na me hu say ekoso e wo man no mu apart from eno no me hu bibi papa bi a me hu improvement bi a ene ayi zoom lion fo nyina omo bi abufuo ade omo atre
omo nyama gugu ho
omo de omo nyama gugu fam
quality boot nyina
awro omo prayer nyina gugu fam ade amamo be no
Mati, etiabuta for be ye. I adogo bato Yusubra.
Mama must be.
Don't worry. Etiabuta would be bad. I was saying more on Bejo. But I can't be Abigail once again. I
yeah.
What to say?
But you know, I'm not pronounce it.
Sao. Oh, me what? So we are coming. Mamma, Abigail. Now issues today now better once on my and then you can't 24-hour economy you ya assess to Mahama first 120 days our whole chief justice yes you can Okasadi Acho attended to me a reverend to for war and me myself look at me come home yes I'm able to say 20 time percent because yes that 5 million 5 million them so mobile most time my boss from me got in home Abigail then I beg obey
but you for the 120 days.
Okay. Yep.
So you share the I'd say me can say we are this episode for the 20 cities. Now when you're some person. Now say one for 20 cities now to the scan of a son take Bibiama Bekaho. The same way with His Excellency Mahama Namamunu. Because if we implement BBR and for so be in free while by looking at the issue with the CD appreciation. Aside other factors, I'm person say former Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Baunia, and your unknown like I said, I'm person credit and never caught the side no. What share other factors with Donald Trump? Aside tariffs or the Aban. If the tariffs no the Abana we are not important things it's not enough for citizens to appreciate it. But omo yen share bit to per the research that I have made no as a time I know more abemu no omo just there are gold reserves. It's a sad time no or cancel by arrested dollar not or nyina so ntia no okasa because no nim say we dua baby that better take time and say if it fancy say almost ma kunya ma NPP sa ba abayimu and kasa credit never back to NPP and yeah as a result of NDC because in the long run no policy has been implemented as mobile office and then right now said I don't know if you did the first 1 year no be a petition was as a petition committee suspension and arrest I said that's the whole thing that we are seeing now.
Abigail, how are you? Akwaba.
Welcome to the sea.
What's the one with the 1 year in the bay?
I said, the bay committee, petition, and arrest, and a suspension, so can grab the camera. And I win, so the whole issue I can say. Mimi say me obi ana maybe American constitution e bibi na baba na makokan but me hwe sana dey na corner is just say unni mo right a won be true for no reason it's a man now no if we obi a we are very observant one dream be constitution so pan cause and the law of the governing the states as are now it's even if say BBC as I say no democracy no aka have was as a ubetima kasa but enye bibi na ubetima aka Inti kasa some person can crown to me can I be create anonymous if your social media accounts maybe what text and what tweet and no to me eyi to ana and in the attempt intellect untimi nkasa ade na ye koni ni name say enye ade a eboa. There's no democracy, but we have committee, we have suspension, we have arrest, and fine me achiwe na also put to ask say into I say BBI but the people are on more the front line you make me feeding in with information. I think say time His Excellency Nana Addo there was this issue going say Ghana there's this silence culture.
Culture of silence
with the I would say journalists. That's a now no. Yeah, shemukina.
I say they are not.
But I say untim.
That are more kind of problem.
Is it yeah? Because I say first on your case studies by saying I was seeing ya way up Emma BBI practical. It's me who say right now there is no credit because I think there's a document no I said now the road toll say about into tax no we know it's already no we 11 day the message before but then on money you say oh we are just eliminating the whole tax thing they understand there was some information and more thoughts and I was say very clear say maybe I be implementing another one but on money yes and there's no country that can work without tax
of course.
So that's the source of revenue for the government. And if you are claiming say betting tax was bad and e-levy and a whole lot of things, they say a free one. Another one I never.
And no explanation tax could be examined. If the part was said more Ghana, maybe say the new city is here. It is our old case wins, you know. What the 10% that you so what the what I don't care about it. Anyway, now Papa Bako, what kind of politics here? What message here was say, the Mahama has forgotten 24-hour economy and ordering by politics, as you say. The politics and I mean, call and you were Linda. But it was so easy to get up so come back.
Baby, yes, HS to pad or the pad. Yes, HS. I'm going to tell you. The original simply so to toy and no are flying parts and no more juma. Na ya wamemu and na ya papa na nane bound flying parts. Say ya to guviemu and no more to check and my money in I so be. Na ye bisa ya ho se ene ne e kwosui a ye chichi amanfo na ye papa de e ba ye se obia nko school no nyanyansa no fankin kan no hunim de ye nkrofo se ye solikum ye tikwa pai da bi o ena school ni nye ena nko ekomu de nkolai ena omuyem ena emu na expire ena dan ye ba ye de pad beba enti no mo pa kire se pad no ho hia sen education ana Shenkola dodo na nado etuo mu school fees wo man mu ni ye ma ye ho time esan se wodi aba ehye fam a emfiti prekope na efifi ni ye ma ye ho time e be ye kakra no bia wonimdie kakra oyese kakra kutukum esan se omunim boni a ewo omutiri munti na nia omu pesa omu nye wa oman munti ena school ni nye ena omu di gari efie dodo ahe na omu magari ndi wo fie ni mu na emom omu beba begina ho atoto pad yesen pad woko afichire kura wakoto ye 13 cedis enti sa akola no wonim dia ontimi ntop pad ma ne ho owonim dia ontimi ntop pad enye ni obeye nyina ama ne ho enso no self-righteous and self-acclaimed the three psalms ebe jina ho omunya aduane ndi ena kwamu de wom ena omuye mutu ena private jet na nam ho free no na ka by this time na ka say on resign di dada na oman mu ha ne ye pasumdwe esan say ensemo jina simpie so kafa ye papa na nado ni ba omia ho no no nim so o kan sa akaka gu mframam enso won say akwa aba beto ono ankasa ena me resign ena ukosa yinsuo ebe si honom we ye river cobra we ye brem we ye say na me bisa ni say brem no eni niema na odi besi so na galam say na etu atwa kwaye nim na nyom no mutim no mutu omu no mutim ena omutu ena omu ye niema ense enfata esan so omu pese omanfo ne mmebu na aba no ebenya nimdie esan se wo nimdie adan na wonim obi ntimi mbegina ho ndada o obi ntimi mba mbeka ncho se me dia me ba na me government ba na ofa private jet a me resign esan se akolakon no wako school o nimdie obekan ate asese asemi a wo kan se bi ka frache o brai oboa Debi omumpe no mpe so mudi adada ene atro ebu oman no enti no ene yenkɔ ne sa ene eto amanfo timi e sre monkoto abo school hu won faso monkoto aba o se betting tax na wo de baaye no wo ka se maba be yi betting tax enti wo be pesa akola ne maame de na ko school no onji school fees ni nkotu ya no onfa nkotwa bet onfa sa school fees ni nkotwa bet na fa so ben na be ba akola ne so da achi asa omani nje ho ba ko se nipa dodo no mabu ni benya nimdie e wo man yi mu
se utwa bet na udi a na dia for 24 hour
no akwaji wani no dia akokɔ nketenkete abreye se ye bet chi akokɔ nketenkete e wo fie na akola no wonim dia den na onimu ene ye hwe ye maami chief justice emma so ko bia eye Yewra Mahama jina simpie so ka sa ono oni jide nti oba ene wa start the political witch hunt e wo maame ne so ensama enimu obi krafa evidence embra se dabi oni don't mean for evidence emba enso we jina ho say wa establish prima facie case against the woman ma dodo ahe na wo fa wo mo wa ban mu ma dodo ahe na mu di anim e wo aban na NDC amamuo mu e wo mu no Debi enso no ojina ho no mo gidi say debi o chief justice na manisan esan say ono aya na adwen say me pesa membra another term no eno so de man yi mu de ensi esan say ye ntina ho no mo nka say ye hwe say oba odi ni 4 years ni bia wawie onko nonko pepa bi no ntina din no bi fufran so mbra no mbebu amamuo no na ne akwaso de ehu o ka say kum na oba penfo shoba wonyima ahohie ne ohawa ene ateti a ukomu adi putuprum asesa bi na efo bebrebe akogu nipa ba akofie adan na ekoso criminal case na wasua bi na efo akogu honom niama papa wo man mu abia na efo no mbetimi aye mo se mo stop galam say water gas for no omukita etuo no mo nkɔ honom inwe mu forest no na adwuma ne wo omunkɔ no omunkɔ ye no munja ye ne adiwe chema wuntumi a wo so anipa 20 ekogu ni fie no wo so omunkɔ ye den wo ho we wi ade oye president enti dan panti ana yato nsafre no bia na ifa to nsafre no se ombra na osi meba juada no munyina o mate ase na fe ne me da sorry am sorry no another batch of people crop of people ejina ne so sesen sadan no moje wa ba wo the 24-hour economy aba be ka 24-hour economy wo ba ya enkwala ya fa o madwuma mu teacher for nurses for bebre kwa what power ma kwa na fi 81 million jobs na na won manifesto nim na no create my youth no create my youth ne say o create my youth ne say o ba bet na fi no de o ma ye omunkru tujuma no ano create say youth ne enye den ano create say youth ne nkoso no muncha bet no o create say youth ne nkoso ncha bet no na that she ben e wo homa youth no e to betu ne mafo the three sons na omufa ha kokoti self-righteous acclaim trace no ombe mo mecha bet say mo mu nko school say mo mu nya nim de eden ye wo mu ha ye eden na wo mu ha num say ya NDC aban pese mo nche so mo kwa no mo nim de ye tu aba no omu nya total majority MPP 42B enti se kabo ma they don't hold the total majority of the country enti the person no CSO for no mo hemfa
obi e pedi post
omo wa hemfa the neutrals no omo wa hemfa omo sorry ye na do breso enti ne omo sorry no omo nkasa esansa de akwaso na enya ontimi nkwati BNI CEO na mfani ntum eneda na watimi akafa ho owo evidence pa so papa say owo evidence against obi a wedi boni a anka court kra na beka se fabra a wo ya attorney general a wo ni mumra a wo ni mudi enya wo na obefa wa de na ode akọ mo ye hwa bibi yo no man no enya ndi si fo nko ade
mati etiwe eye Linda Abwadi ana me boa Linda ena mati kano se wo lo to service about na a very interesting say foreign affairs minister it make us Ghana's mission in the United States, Washington to be precise. A brand TV na offer continuous active at a different account. Emma Okoye visa application is had a manual. Now what this can a contours account to my the account of Ghana's mission. It was unity. Why you did the second one? Where Bonia, you yes. Why close down the embassy? Why recall everybody? Say, locally recruited staff, what guided near or say America out of that, we found my embassy. And now you almost saw foreign affairs ministry of Ghana. They do more alcohol. They say, I recall it one more. They will do foreign affairs as a call. So we did not break. And I have two embassies. And the federal people are going to now, see, a major. So, obeying for 42 embassies. But I am just open as well. It's Yempe being Fabra. I am not doubting some walker fast are granted. Because my cheddar, he says, it's not here. I'm not sure saying that. But I then I will close to say, so be a refuge. There's a new group of people because a percent new group of people echo you. And one of them, I just want to the year. He wants to just recruit new people. And don't for the point. Now, they're going to be worried. But question I could say, the bay and one year investigation. Some investigations, the bay were ye. And then what the whole one went to emphasize investigation report to Ama until we put Christian dead. Say, yeah, mammy, for you, UK air back Ghana. Now, plan now to buy me $20,000 per hour.
20,000.
Sana, open your website. $20,000 per hour. It's your mammy abba. And go for one wakada da say. Saudi Oba Bem Nessa MDC ni be echo use private jet. You won't give it a second thought or be resign. Because the now wo ye tia and na kupado. Na enye se wo ye de se otayiti. Wo say the man be a principle. And protected the public person. And now we are say by ye principles. Public person, Ira, it will be a man. And I said about public ocean was a person. It is a public ocean. A swam my fifth year said 40,000 per hour for bar and how do you be man? Now, say, put the top black one and resign here. I did by quite catch me and say, put the top black one at time and then because what I say, what you say, yes, I did because of hatred against the Neku party. But principle. And the same principle must apply today. So if you don't resign, then it means say you hate the Neku party. And the pressure never know. And what should I pass as I gotta put, hey, I see my Washington here, and they say you, but what pass away, a bit of a but the fact will still remain the same. Have to fight. Look at them.
And then a fair invitation I am a friend is chairman.
Invitation day.
And then CI.
Yeah.
I feel the who details.
Oh, sir.
But me can say coalition for Galamsey. They are hypocrites. Ken Ashigbe.
Ken, okay.
And then in Crawford, they are found foolish. Ken Ashigbe, say, oh, per se a man appointment, I can't hear man appointment. But what need the MPP amount from graphic communications, every baby I could do. Assassin, my title had that say, assassin now, or come once or no Galamsey said, be no Awakoda. A social media videos, no DH. And no could get to normal bottles on the amano. Now, yeah, me be a press conference. I will soon not watch it or match it. Ye bet you almost any year, Juman. The Juman on your moment in here. Yen ye be yaman crofo to Yabeshe. Martin Bebu. Any your friend is saying, Kenashibe, say, won't to me see you for false publication. Some false publication now and ne obi enam who adongo nam who free a yen chino for publishing falsehood. Obi ba girlfriend yaman the 30 days. Mahama dear. And one say ye bonnet we NDC ni beto.
Sorry.
Yen she ni enka because ade omudi aye chairman neno. Say ka oni paper and on ye ready. And again, when Dami coughs, then the NDC are in disarray. Also, Koe Waba, another victory. Mestre party in Penifo, Sene Bia, thank you to all, but Munye the needful. Mumma chairman whom where the support is for.
Sorry, you don't put the I suspect say they knew what they were about. For me, Assembly Friday, and penny for Eddie and Como Assembly. I know for a fact say that's why ya or man said that man and call for supporters be brave and hormone. So we you something on the quiet. What share leadership?
No leadership no one can be don't say meburu ne DH.
Okay.
There is that divide. Wahu. Ena as say na nkabo member. Ebetumi a strategy. Yema meburu no hu. Wahu. Da enkoye say ye yi obi ama. What you say? Ni nyina ye communication. Baby aye drui communication in the party is very key. Me me say ye chair say we are the new patriotic party. When it comes to decency and law guide, ye te ho ase. Won say nkofo ko omu kura omu ho say no omu ye omu bibia yanko bodom pem ye be hye ha ye be say ha. Me happy. But ye ma communication ko say ne be ya ye bibia no e be structure but chairman chair say when it comes to a law abiding citizen watch it. And now what he is going through no ebe mana is strong ebe puru no abe the chairman we are looking for in the new patriotic party the national chairman na ye hwehwe ebe nyaba me that's it.
All right, Abusa for Tikoka and Namote the voice say waka safa and the asema isi was CID headquarters no once again I'm more police following na abaso say me ye call ye see be free hall mo ko ba biem Omo ka hono mat be 5 o'clock as 5:30 di nyina no me nyase obi ka se police fu bi abetetia no abeni he anase se bibia ekoso kama supporters no so am ko hono no so no mo comport mo kama nti no mayade papa lawyers na ko nyina so no yeda obi bia ase e fast da kese ma high sense for the no more edidwe ya no mo chese ene omo ye promotion be say from 28 May to 8 June 2025 and TV kakraka na me put they say the TV implementation with you Manchester ye diemia papa ye diemia me remote media che ye diemia nti no e bia na season ABC me na be hwe dey say betimi ayi bibi mpo dia I really don't know. At the high sense for semi catch was more television 150 inches. There's a very dear and more ding. A screen cracker 150 inches there. 32 crores now how much more 150 into the mechanism for high sense for the money be the amount from 28 May to 8 June 2025. Which are from 0302 550 000 0302 550 000. High sense the Ghana maybe ya omo ewo hono stomach ulcer na how typhoid fever how na and now did so na we yem awo diarrhea did so why check gastro mixture kwale kwaji na wo ho entom menso plus mixture no ma no so a time no so a na je say utu sa aseba abafie pa no ka abafie mesemo monkwaji menso plus mixture de bi na mo ho intimi entom Prosta plus mixture no de bema wo so ya najo ejo so saa bejo so 5 times ansa na de achia if I no problem obede kwa asondaye da ne be de na najo so de no wa so na kwa kocho so de ya as frequent urine retention ni na no Prosta plus mixture okwaji bia ohun betimi ato open do so puatu a Kore Pass Ventures ewo Kansi Drug Lane na Boachi Heba Teba Community 1 Ekus Pharmacy ewo ho Ashaman Main Station and the House of Drugs ewo La Pass, which are from 0248778899 0248778899 and Medema Tabia Takum emembe nyina Supreme Court judge and Tabia Takum kone kwaje obose kika to say yes omadu asem nyina ma kama Tabia Takum di emema enyina edru no Emaka ba bimba wutu reading 5.9 menele dabwaje ewa say mu Florence Boatima na Abigail Idrusu and of course Kuka also ewa say na eni dinkobo ma membra so Florence dum so te say we area ho amasaman
dum so no de said e bi di kai no enya asem ketwa be say ne wo kasai mi TV will repel how I mean for G. Oh, just say a car. I dare say woman no crown, but the top of fra the free say rebel woman. Sa dear chia dear saying press up, sa. Can you need to mean Jinasum po? Now the idea she free book rate my you know. Just a near course who am a samai. A light of Medamin Casamasa Ghana. Doom son a cost of baby because obi a complaining and now more ye coastal or complaining hairdressers air complaining tailor for when you never complain you better no mukita the manpower no be
senga ni bi
aha tete de no wow na no na me menti ase say e de nti na tem bia mahama ne nkrofo be ba ban mu no na ye face sa problem no eyedi entia nim dia na do di bu o man no enti yenti mi ankwa ho hia mu yenti mi anda su mu da no omo ntimi nya bi ana because my ye bi pay ye decide no kwato so say wo ye du so hene enka wo bai me expect say wo bai ye niam afoforo bi wo ba ba ye bibi anka ye nwi pos mama ba ye de say de niam asesa ye madada na eniama dada na eno wasan akọ asan dia breye ti me dia dum so ne dia obisa mi a me area die ye bob na papa enya sepeto
last time na president Mahama ye president no between 2012 and 2016 dum so wo pa na isafo e bi to so value bi to dum so dey bad that 4-year period no so a omo chesi Ghana eboka billions na enya senketo ba dodo no ayes na eye ma adwuma ma mu na moye saloon ni sa na man I don't really know how ya na affect mo personally any ifie ma menko ho no Abigail yankoi imagine they say you num kania
ye dum no but say na ye no unti say bi on be dum no ene ana ochina I remember say one time me ni mate you call Dominic, yes, Madina, never boy against your father. And quite there, any answer.
Oh,
it is decided to say, you say, any over the first, I'm going to say a time people, you put your own, I say,
Matese Obuasi enclave name say any do timetable ama wo mo. Do so timetable.
Yeah, the name to the any na say indirectly. Sikani ni enu kan ke to ya de to hu to eduane mom di instead. And I even aside issue with Doomsor. The same issue I with the committee thing. And I make point say the embassy say mom ni na.
Yes.
That was the same strategy of fire when it came to ECG.
Chief Justice.
The same thing.
Okay.
In TABI, besa better for floor. Because you see, I say, Obianko Fiedia, there's going to be another committee set up. Because if we are submitting, that means investigations are going to go on. There's going to be another committee. But into jobs, not promising. So there's going to be jobs for relief. Strategy. If we share a year, because on my set up committee. Ejumana no more. In Tabia, the previous government, the Omoye and it was Oguno to set up a committee.
Yeah.
It asked committee in a corner. Already can't find for. It is saying for maybe there will be investigations that show say the Omoye and allegations about maybe after committee no more money or mejume or my salary. Then the job because I remember say there will be a shift with the job, the 24 hours economic. Maybe a shift into committee in the area. I feel a new set of people. I'm almost all about occupy space with regard to the embassy issue.
Yeah.
And Mr. Okujetu and so Diego. Sis Okujetu.
A black one.
I think with also issue, I had said we have this perception say Ghana for a real free at the end. Into CCR, there's a pending issue you need to obey, or the full floor bar become. There is a real feedback. Or the same person, I think, say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, I think an issue this are not also receive treatment outside the country. Or,
yeah.
Only the same person, I can't say, you get my treatment in Wahano. But and Beyonce, oh, Kassan, I was so very particular about what you're saying. Because only situation no and I was here flying outside the country. And you made a statement say, and then the internet never forgets. There's a record that shows they will say he can be treated in the University of Ghana.
Yeah.
That side.
Yeah.
The other internet we didn't take care of that. That was the first issue. And on every honeymoon, you say what's in a second one. Into the other cutters was first one and can we say Mamma was Saba. Best ignite issue need you. Say the one on our best apple or best up for back view. Now I say I come back for treatment.
Your bomb person was could be the what the what
because they are
Let me Kawasem.
Yes, who in your own Siraquetia.
Medas,
or Kayan and then Bumbo,
a boy, and one no. Abigail Twaswa.
And with regards to Mr. Samijinfi, make Kaipa, I think one time, not yes, be one of these press conferences, Papa Penny because a brandy pa de Obeka save and person can outside. I said, oh, position tonight there was this strength say, you know, on only seeing to one on the side, now one Libya no Casa. Once I say, time and people were buying and I got issue with the dollars for the needy. Unquote. A buy uncle, a cousin, if I couldn't buy and one master wealth. And I feel what you say. But only the end buy any dear apology about. But still, I am for because once they say, some man, we had daytime and no opposition. It's our perform because once say, what's not seat anymore? You feel the heat. But I'll see it. I only send back on your shade. But it's your own Casabex name, who say heat. No. Because if you are claiming that the person is media, there are lots of orphanages there. There are lots of needy people. If you really want to help people. Into that one, the aside Mr. Ablakwa and there are lots of issues, and I don't know how they will cover up. Aside the committees and suspension, we need some of cover. Oh,
they can cover up if you people stop talking about it. Why need to know?
We Samedi. Ahameba. It's Mammy Agrada or Yobia. Or ye in a hot children say, oh,
there.
Ya won collaborate unam fine one yes so even the more the emphasis on Ghana. But ye won near Baby school, dine school, put them buy say free now no me buy you was a Gary no crown they say be mo. Gary na no omo complaining no. O say the 2 weeks na Gary a shorty. Omo nya bi ni de bia na me sending ni ska. Enti nka fa to Gary na fa ko go school mo e. Mami na mo die na che ono ne wig ba ko ehye ni ti so kra no emro sa ska no de koma no. Ono ni hweka se gu ni fie. Ade na che se mami no. Even wo de o fa magana fo nyina kra na ADC fo kurukuru an kakra no. Ye wo mo ho kire wo mo. Ade no fa sa ska na em supporting wo mo. Mami na nya sika ma no, but ebia wo de komo obi a onhu obi da. Ebe ni sika kese obi pef just 100 cedis. Edi atoko su ya create aton onya pia water here etonton ebi peska edi aton onya enti nka cheche some lie oh je 100 je 200 je 100 enka udi ma graphic nka emma mu ebeba mu ba mu papa nka enye se di abaya yes so we what I say because of ni suban so our opposition na oye no enu nti na Ghana fo asoni mu.
Okay, Papa Diaba was saying, I've lost my 65-inch TCL television and deep freezer in the last 2 months through erratic power supply. Dumuso edimewu. And Dumuso edimewu. Da, ene untiana, yi meye advert yama we high sense for more 150 inches for holomo. Enya senke to akura. Da, ide se tobacco na ija. Edibisi hall no emma okay nti sa enetie amamenko Linda wo beka de hin se dum so no wie wudie ana black wa so de ne yes
enyo no na owo opposition okodi fufu buy so de ne car for washing day I'm a driver every year 20
and 20,000.
And then you were feeling you do baby no Kasai and Santi. You can send me so 3 media. It didn't buy we are said that. On one and yet on no a black one and a original honomu and not of Casa. It's here you were Baunia. It's not only 3 DB back. I'm a president. Into Baumia, ya then you didn't for baby. They didn't have to find. Now, ya said they are kind. Nearly far back with you. They are now holding so a channel of our ya and could be ya. Over Shanny, you know what's on phone. Oh, baby, a book for 5. A year, then Yamia for the man, Yako. Not in a baby. I shouldn't dream. I'm more than the Indian I to share money. In 10 years, sir. No more. Almost some night or Mokicano. Almost show my new year. It's answer, won't do baby. Almost to start. 2 media ye ninka so. And now a yawodia, or china, and yawodia. Into Casta no. If I saw any so. A son say, ne, what black out to a sebio, Manuta Sunas. We are, whoever said over cover, we are now saying about me uncle. On town, no man is Tiboy and dinner for no pisa no who said, and now the honor none is because of the Yakrana. And near my entitlement are urgent. Or because of it now, or my money or back into the other one, no back canoe. Now, maybe I see a touch of my head. I know. Said you, product. A summer over canoe, a back baby wobble, one cassa. Now, I see ye. Your papa, my ham was all the code of conduct. Abba. 2013 or the be by you.
Yeah. I want to be by 2013. Oh, man, is so.
Uncle see baby. And I was some far back. And I was some baby now who be myself and the code of conduct to pass and before. As I said, one who say you to Nakas, I am fair and kind. And so, hey, Mahama, the code of conduct number. Yeah, I did to be Baba. Now the other by a son or J. Carney first.
If I had no crump, dear, or Saka say, appointees in I to Musikaso. Eddie support to be I think the chief compound also. Records just no mote. But Mulusu power no. Omunina sa truck at a comma controller, Emma controller to be a man. Say yes, no more Jesus. No, Susu.
That's some young way.
Quick, I remember what he said. I mean, call Linda would be no Florence. Now, also, we can data some data now. And I need the Talakas become once. Young could data straight away. I said, Babuka.
Data some more American say. Yet your mind. ne yetua yi levy na ndc for say yi levy ne de omoba be yi efiri ho ampa na no yete ye no omoba be yi levy a afa de uto data shim chese nyesa waka high impo high kra won ka bio wo ye data na wo se wo go back to WhatsApp no shim na yira
na wo da dum na se bia yesi bia wo so da yeso a data ni tibetwi
su ne dada yenim se de na etie kama na yeti o man mu yenim se de ye to data na days a edi say a weeks a edi the way the auto ye na free baby a wo to no emma WhatsApp pipim no wa yira omode me de omode ayemia na no na mebufu
onye so se TikTok ni sa na man video so
mebufu ye me se me nkohompo wa wie na wo so ko bie ba bi a wo be kwa bie na ayira enti me ko choro wo Facebook se eye me nko ana we si da bi o me ka ho we si me so me ka ho e na mo chire mu se sa da ngo da de betting tax ne ho tax na ye si ye yi ni nyina no
am da be sise ho
data side ho ene ye de akoshe nti no se wonyo obi a on se bi no dundum o mo de ti o mo no o ma de nko so na ye no ma ye de ni sisu da bi a no ene ya stadium se first me to bi a sabi 1 CD a it take me be a 2 days and 3 days and then me to 1 CD a seconds pim na ayira ene ye ti me de a che wo mo hu se sa ankrofo we de udi o mo agora o mo de 6 better no 9 ndc for asem na make hwe se na no o mo so matete lolly first so se mo ate but ya twede ka me de ba twede pipe
ewie na yetie ayi driver bi so no nya list no nto nya nte so
twede wo ka me de free amasaman bi
sa
enya twede kuma mate ni ne bra bi so omu tie mi a omu di adanse e
to mo nte so
want so na wo tena ka ho ye man ayi bi a krata bi a kire se yate ayi so and a dollar yatis a dollar above form dollar ne ba form no e die na wuti bi to wu si di na ekura no e die ade na etimi ato nka dollar above form no na niam wo man no so aba form ni o se o man na niam aba form na dollar na aba form ususu usika na wuntimi fa ntohwe e bi anse lolly fe ye bro ye 50 pesos 50 pesos no mate ni no blow the sharp one any ase odru fi aje odin so
say data no data le de go for ka lord mayor kwa say data data no dey no be joke
data ne die ne
by no say eyin Sam George e ka opposition say
Osro-Usu
ana ye dey
so o say ono na ye in charge it say data bo akosoro a yembisa no ana yemblemu no say na wo no waba no e de ade na wo ya afa ho eno ne yebisa no say den e na o ya afa ho because they say wo no they say okoto de ne bodwe wo de na wo say sia no wo ka fa data sem because Ghana fo esu Ghana fo etete Ghana fo ebre na kakra na omanya so omde to data go om phone so de ahwe wi asensem kakra na nka news yi a etwagu yi memfa ka enkohwe kakra obeduro na ne data
what the response about was say na Ghana for adwene mu say ono buy no to take the stroke of his pen and na ebema data ati na what committee what sad wo hwe no a na ubusa wo say boni be na ye afedi wo sa say they have me kwa say uso what committee obere omo committee say on data and na data the ente so afedi wo ka che Ghana for say Ghanaians failed to listen to why the committee was set up. We rather failed to listen to him. Now, or say committee no omote to draw a road map towards reducing data. And that's okay. So, where is the road map from Adoro Swa? And also, intimate information.
And matisse
But before we ban no, even back also said that was say, the airtime and water, the man 100% for 7 days. She said the man 100% for 3 days. Aye, she said it was swat pa young quay.
And then who said John Dramani, the man who holds an incompetent position, and will be ample. Say why launch be why unveiling toll booth software. But how does the software work? Where is the software? There is nothing like a software. Waka. There is nothing. How? When is the software working? How is the software working? How is the system working? But what? Me say Nanado any Baumia. The next 4 years. Sir David Trumpet no boom. Sir Trumpet no be boom. Wo say Ghana card e kokra ko kire nkofo no say e ka kire ekro na wo ko so say e okromfo na ye margins, but they can do a great job. When were people in parliament were ready to do a walkout, they were against Ghana card. And ne ujina o kanga just say na presidency ni na do ni ba omi ama na ye fe e na mo ani bre. And truly speaking, Usha John Dramani any ni hierarchy no ba as a lamentation no or swear in and no as swear to lament. President lament no na Cocoa board lament.
I don't go about president voice na mama Mr. Obra.
The energy experts no lament about your friend is saying containers. Besi na ye containers no ya marandi abeso hu say hoede ntodo so ba he ye be mu de mu de
containers e yira na e de ho
o say mu e in content no
obi agidi adongo bra
so and what is here say presidency and some agencies o muntu electricity bill
me da menti bi pa boda
afeni ye be boka
sorry
yenhwe bibi you. And we are sitting down, and I say because of goodwill, nobody is saying anything, and all the criminal and robbery contracts, I feel in the air. Yenhwe bibi ye, because normally be oshe any send ye ki kana untiasi. Randy to meet now say 5 months your constructive rules we. Hey. Randy etna TV3 so say my roads or ban and singer and we pay the guys to do the roads. The man who said the nibre kufuado say oko nrem kura no odi nkonya ko NDC one me chese udwin wa onti ase say inkofo wo party num code of conduct no mama ye ya e no mo say no say oh fantastic me say anya adwuma me say anya adwuma me ya mama keke me ya say oh me how ye de obey bia me because be sinne na Sam George car no untumi question no and I me say afa no mu use hwe say hwe or a lot of the CEOs and no mu use question is say tam be no motor and who is funding it? A lot of normal also are launching it. Chiremi, sani big push, and it's Chiremi. Idea back on John Dramani Mahama was started so. The Ben no started so spending.
And what's around that base of my day?
What's your my coin?
Mobile and Ray.
Oh, won't see an interview no here Nanziano.
No my idea. Where the book be made that touch. My yentie a friend is saying, I don't what I did to him. My yentie President Mahama Nancy walk far Ghana card relative to Tobuti and Wasemi. Being taken to the Meshadi.
A request for a reference from Moses from DR Congo. You can better give you a very positive reference of Ghana's ID card. And the person was asking about Ghana's ID card, and I said, oh yeah, Margins did it for us. He said, did they do a good job? I said, yes, they did. So explore that market. When you spoke, I mean, the opportunities are endless. We said in the budget that we're going to reintroduce road tolls. And so they've been talking about, what the modality should be and all that. But the good thing today is every car is linked to the owner's Ghana card. And so we don't need to have the old toll gates and those cards that you stand and open and all that. We'll just go straight digitalized. If it's 1 city, if you cross the East Legon Bridge, the governor and finance minister will all be happy. We'll just take a picture of your car, and then it will take the bill to your mobile money or your bank account and just pay 1 cedi, only 1 cedi. So things are looking up. I'm happy to see my friend Subi. He sold me my first EV car, a little nippy Wuling Chinese car.
I'm a say a Christopher for 80 minutes. We are living under his grace. Then you say you live under his grace. Kajo Mahama Kasim Nanke a former pie. Nanka wakushim. Wede ke ushemu akaditine senka e kasro. Nanka woko butu kakra. Woko butu kakra. And someone walk one ferry. Now was science remedy we was say on one who. Some me boy who said that big girl now will suit. Now what then they go suit him. Abigail.
But initially time when MPP were I said this time and former vice president. Now say or they advancement ban. I said near anti internet say and relevant. CCR school, there's nothing like Q. I say there's a glitch one system maybe a Q. I'm gonna be fast instead of ube Q up after salary maybe 3 hours. Ube my own phone so. CCR obi the same thing with this CD appreciation. Obi educated beer and on one ban or but the thing is the problem I have is for credits name Madie a set a pattern just about I say or no na bands unity bia paso bia abano no side but they try to backdate it to be nipa kon be mu asade ne by paso bia or dia basobody no or castle road to how many people are educated enough to even know this new man say if it's a software one launch here into more church no why they be see mate ni be see ne wetwa picture na there's going to be a camera somewhere ne wetwa and as a policy nearby, ya just so now as a day, but a Jumana just like cook can. A Jumano be say, when is it going to start taking effect? You're bearing the same. And even if one launches software, why in a employment jobs, 247, 24-hour economy, we are. Maybe I know some better another committee now.
24-hour economy, almost say. Almost on Baby blocky rules be war Accra Central. Na once a week, or Makoye Aquaton and Mawo. I don't want to say, Coca, what I can road to the Binamenche. That's now one I would this have to pick by.
So, your can say,
no, we are an apple over him finding that.
Yes, or say budget no, or my proposal, but send your bay. I dear no. Yen set it up, yen but me person me show be until the entire abolition. How many road tools who calculate your road tool systems in Yaya about 36, the whole nation? What you see? And now, the car need chemwa, and yet the passengers do a woman, and then your weight of the car now the road tool no, and the size of the car. Inti say from say be free air cofa normal to me. Now me go through the system. say me car na me tim no driver ni itua 10 cedis a 10 cedis and now what it means say a certain group of people pay and itua road to but what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was saying that we should activate a road toll system that will incorporate parking and everything. Inti baby a ka wona bia wonye sikwan no so na car na oye aduma nko ade a. Inti per second. Ena o road a wonam so no inti road classes ne beba to see on tarred road. Obi abetua. Send ye be ya that road toll will fix the roads in your communities. Inti ka every constituency no your friend is saying o collection wo ho no eno ne ye de be ye wo kwan amount. What you see? In the idea we are obeying our say, hey, even not cost a penny. It's just 1 city, 1 city. 1 city.
No, I say
1 city is not your population 30 million in Yandi. He's a communicator, but he struggles to communicate. Accounting in economics in the what am I knowing?
So we a communicator na is go communicate for science for na one tiasia so won't be communicate and the same of ha michael na one tiasia na they had no say you chose speech man so won ready embusam ansa wo and also be na monte he thinks we a communicator into anything be they can just weave his way around it through his communication prowess or whatever, but he doesn't have it. We need Saturday. All right, I was I can 15 minutes. Na yes, sorry, so Mama Amasama 5 minutes. Na makoma dinner 5 minutes. Aha. Yam say let the man musa baby cry wo. Enti yankwa Amasama 5 minutes. Yankwa yi. Dey na de be so na say ku ka ba be finish bia maye.
Dia me pe so ne say
Chaba won't be you know minimum so can be dia. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Na the American say NDC me pese Ghana o nyina hu se NDC fo NDC party no omo ye nyaatwem aha kasa no anapaka no omo ye nyaatwem the anti-American say ye hwe nsem a yabobɔ so yi na abra omo ni aban mu nsem a na omo okeka na omo ba aban mu na omo afira omo ani wo saa nsem no ho eno na ma omo ye nyaatwem na ye bra ba ko me de ya na mentai ni mo omo din okasa fa koko price ho say nanado ento koko mu enko 6,000 say on fan free 6,000 so mko nanim yo nti enne no me pesa me bisa Ghana fo nyina ne koko farmers nyina say John Mama bae no watu koko no mama omo aka afa so me hwe kromu a mahu se na no ne ye de aba ye ka media manu mpo de na ya na eye mayam hihie se oba betiti ni mowurem oba be kwa akopɛ bosia na baby bi oba tan be wura se okopɛ sika ana se okodi paa bia no ne manti na ya twe aba ne ye de asi wo mo so wo krom ne ye pam wo mo ye pese ha buy fine ye nka se adwuma na mo ye no enye ba mo nya ne kwan so omunya moa se mo de aba ebe kan omo so na de meka che Ghana fo nyina ne se Ghana mabunu ne se omo de omo ani kosua ahu NDC amamuo e no omo hu MPP de se sabe sa emre bi atwam no na ye hu ebinum a especially youth na enne ya wo omo ba be kari ensuo ne nsa minim sa by now omo hu de emu oduro enti se ye ka omo so se monkoto aba na enye bone ena mama yesika ye nto mama yesika ye nto montua ye ka ye nto no enne ye hu bi ye nyina ye hu bi enti me de sre ena mesre se nia omo hu omo ni sui na kase wo nanim a ebeba kwanya NDC di ye be fa so no enya asem ketwa ya ye betima survive no nyame ya adomo a ye boye ketemu a eye 2028 ye ngi bum yenkoto aba no emfama MPP aban omo pe MPP aban pe ene betima age Ghana e de afri nkwaso mu me da ase
what sebe na be ka che wo mu a omo efom holoma still na abufu ewu mu no asebe na be ka che wo
asem a me ka kire me nuanom a ye nyina me ka ho bi a abufuo ena we aye mi say watimi wakame ena me nua bi aye mi say no me stress sesi a party no ye mu chemienu a ye ntimi nni nkunim e ma ne nye yi age ye ka ye ho bom ti mesre yawde bi obi edi woni mu no onyi mfiri ni mu no mpagya nani onfa hwe osoro kokuruko no ma ne hwe de ni nua ne de aye no se de Yesu beka say ye nhwa ase nua no so no ye meka kire Ghana ni ba bia ne say so ye pipi ni na ni buafu a enne onkope na MPP atade no nsi na kanche ne buru ento ho no pagya na ni hwe osono no no nya gidie e wo osono no ye nyina ye ntimi emra 2028 ni enye adwumaden emfama ya party.
All right, Florence Boatma and Martis also de kasa no aba ewie no mama ko Linda honomo Linda mama 5 minutes maximum dey na person ka ho asem to issues no yes
me ka hwe omanga na ko nyina se mma ye hwe ne ma papa nana ye ya papa bae obeye ye one day straight one factory 3 years later here work mekania na enema akoso obie timi kana kuma so asem yenkwache no na oman ni mu so ye din enti enne NDC omu ni nipa bia ma ye adada intro no mo de betna aban so pontompo no mo de betna aban mu se omo say code of conduct ma ye nye advert no bitimi fa koye vivo any advert ni bi na ye man penye bu na ni aguso na so onu akasa oje card soon wentimi anche yen ba bi efio enso anka ni papa mu a ukra wo ya advert because if China ni pe no de ka ne bi o ni ye hu wo so say kantanka wo man yi mu anka no so betimi no so akasa ka we breach code of conduct na wo de e ba ye no sambi dem fia ye ni de ato aso we bu aguso wo de a che no father for all forgiveness maybe sharp feet almost started omo beboa no enti MPP for ye hye ye hoden ni ye wo ye sapo mu nsuo ye fankonko 2028 it was 2028 ye ka se ye tena ho no mama we mu asande atwa so dia da bi o ni e be koso no ye hu ni ye enti ye man ka bo mu ndi ye ni ye nkupoden ni ye fanji oman no enti ho ma MPP eni oman fo nyina na nkunimdie be ye dia asumdie so ebebe oman ni mu wo ho a ye nya wo light prep person na wundu unansi mika me kwa kodu me fridge enye se ebese there bi udu sika ye adwuma wo asumdie eno se ye nto lorry first and driver bi ofa ne nkofo nya because of 50% send them the new station na me nti lorry first no me kwa boso kan koto ne ma ya tese wo ho no o se me nti lorry first no se what fu wo so da be o se dollar ni ye 11 no and so fu wo ye 13 o ta de ye 13 inti no kra na wa asem ni mu ne de say ye 11 no enu ne ye de ta de sa ampa se sa na mo ka no omo nti yo regulations ben pa no de ato no mo say ye fantasy fu or say what fu no so to driver for fantasy o mo lorry fen o se wo ye to bu e wan Ghana city e wan Ghana city
o so this three no
adam ko da agree no asre e say so man na kasa kwa udi ye ho fro se ye ho asre ye ho ase ntu be di ye ho agro na wan Ghana city o se wa be yi levy afri ho wa be yi betting taxes ho so covid ni de we hu ntegusu wo ho nti osa be introduce so boot no there oman no si ye hwenie ma ekoso eni adada asem NDC dada yen edi betna akonya ne so no mugusu di adada eni atro eye adwuma na we say ye mie ye ni ma ye ni na ho na emebu no so ye sua de ye ma ya adwemu bie se do mo fa adada asem no emba 2028 no mo fa mbe dada yen
all right Linda Abwaje na motene nka no mamenko Abigail ho no mosisi na information is ya me adoma ochina 3 pm chairman untum besa ko police said according to bail conditions they be say nya watch na this was a report you put the via don't say via bear 3 and I'm not sure say it's necessary will be a better that alcohol dump mere formalities are obekora kokoshe de bibia ekoyinti no that's the information out there say meka ema obiate Abigail Idrisu yankoy
okay but no me that's na Senekasa from party inside just like yes sister L'Occitane you hear nkabo because even if okay Bible now there's a part of okay say oh my and I say to me nkasa anjina mbomu a yo maybe intimi nyafape and as you see I know there's a saying that you can't or person say if you want to hide something from a black man hide it in a book. And that is the same thing I know person internet free education by and Ghana for antiasia because if say utimi can timi I can kind of montiasia and you may be koya one person I didn't koya ube bisa question who bisa question anywhere nya answer ube kuswa pra with time no and questions no also they will have no choice than to answer into aside education side they say be pray ejina abomu no and was see making sure say Obi Biara or NPP from loyal levies and the whole NPP we need to stand together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the Acasa de Odon a bit yana, so was a member, so I mean to member in Nassimiana. Say a crying thing, one member in the Tiana, but your bear on the Bitiana, and Otiana, so I thought that we want to caca from Senna and Senna Motin, I sit on the Meguswa. Until let bygones be bygones and a cannon. The Abba a trim, Yeman in trim. Yam pressing a bit, was here Jinabo Mua. A bad being say a bit me bui when sano see a can't be an asia per se assembly a qua a muya drew because any papa peneka any na a dom any na ye be a 20 year and mess stress at this point no ye bet per se ye bet ye be yanka ye hum boom yando do even if we shannon back on some pataso bedona war and parts in who don't you know masa or don in bum whatever we say bibi kitu ebi and ebi only an from
all right, but until Abigail Idris will be say Golden Telco Kamahama can never fire Sam George because he himself was the first to have collected a car gift from an unknown person, and so it is like all have sinned, but none is guilty. Okay, those who go to the answer.
Mahama is the who is the hope. An epitome of incompetence and corruption. Say a ja ho na wo ma ya de na untumi ntete o mo a beye ba mewie ni me say party for and me call the final aspect of the tour and leadership ni nkofo na eboama akoyie o ma ya de ni masema me kenyina ne say your leadership crisis. But in life, nipa yare, but o yare mo a, eye senya ubenya adagye afa o medication na wenya ahoden na se wo yare na emu na opese o ye adwuma edi owu ne adeseye ba enu nti na busua bebri wo ho a the right leadership no enyina ho nti mpuntu ese ba busua no aba yenti ase say we have crisis ni yenya abutre ni yenyi the right people me life nkofo lifestyle influence here se usha brobo ase na onim baabi a wokọ na babo beto ansa na wehun se baabi a wokọ me the wish of nkofo bi say because omenya bibia wo wiase nto peye president everybody is whipping to do what they need to do. No, ask yourself and ye ka party contribution any DNA wo ho a ye dey bo party ni din pillars ben ye hwe attributes ben good work ben ye hwe yen hwe sa no man as MPP a good work policy any human love doing things for society ni like the salvation of the people and who here yes ye ba be da nkofo adi o say NDC for nko boys na starting complaints or move from momfa munya hu 5 months ni mon kai say aka 3 years 7 months mo be na mo hu mi na mo NDC comedy man na mo busa me na mo kɔto aba no mo be sere me enti se mo ahwe ase ne mo bre mu e na me be gimani pa sa me de be ma wadi ka me de be ma nkokɔ abu wadi na buru onya wa ye kese mmakunawe.
All right, just a quicker also in the aba ewiye said the emperor for can say kwan na wasa de krompo na abobo ano na ba ko wie no etibiom nyina ye new faces amohu omo aha no ye ma obi opportunity say obetimi aba na obekan de kakra bedru ba bi no in 2 months time afobo so omo master the art of public speaking. You know, what said the moment to be and them did do qualify, but it's about to see pa. They said, no, now we can have 2 people. Into a yes, or Mobeba, and now me feedback be so far. When your feedback from Nipa Bay 11 be, you know, very positive, very encouraging to know. Maya, the kama. A jalu woman, I just say, Abigail Kwabna, make I say, but I would disappoint like that or 2 years. It's a message arrangement. Na once in a while on my bank kakra na say ye di enko e ba na be almost tifi no say na je say na di etime nya ma miensa in the studio a almost etime abante da munyina ase Linda Boaje Flores Batma any Abigail Judicial of course ko ka so e be kan ho in fact that kese e ma GM any Mr Santi Akalan GH and then of course my producer Adongo nyame adoma china anwumbe ne ye besan ehia fam God na Asare-Bediako. Good night.